So I feel like I haven't really updated much lately. There's a lot of stuff I've been wanting to do, but for some reason with me I always end up putting my own projects on the back burner, even though I really don't need to, and I need to stop making my projects less than a priority. So some news for, I guess, the spring and summer. I finally got my Ouya shipping email. The tracking number doesn't work yet, but hopefully I'll be getting it within a couple weeks. That will be exciting. I will post a little preview video once I get it. I will be making some games for it, probably. I'm not sure what, though, at this point. It's come to my attention lately that I am now 25 years old, as of a few months ago. Which has actually been kind of weird. This has been a weird birthday because I'm 25. Other people have been older than 25 before, but I haven't been. Summer goals, I am teaching a programming course. The curriculum right now that I have been writing for the class is on GitHub. Hopefully, later on, afterwards, I will make it into a tutorial as well, like a beginning C++ tutorial, but I kind of get a little bit perfectionist about the tutorials, and I want to like get it peer-reviewed and test it on multiple people and all of that, so we'll see how that goes. One of the downsides of YouTube is you can't just like re-upload the video after it's uploaded, so you can't just like, oh yeah, this is version 1.1 of the video. You have to re-upload it completely. Moosader.com, I started it last year. I put it on the back burner. I have a bit of a framework there, but there's still a lot more database stuff to be done and just kind of implementation of the Moosader Guild page, which will also link to the Moosader Ware page, which is where my games go, and then ArtSader and Moosader Learn. So hopefully I'm going to try to make time to work on this. The website is a priority, as well as other projects and actual jobs. I know there are several games I'd like to make, but I'm not going to really announce anything until I start working on it. I've been thinking about both just mobile phone as well as Ouya and PC. They each have their own kind of draws. The mobile phone has like specifically the touchscreen. Ouya's the controller. PC can be really like very versatile. But yeah, I'm not going to really talk about anything specific until I start working on something for sure, because I reserve the right to change my mind. I guess some of the stuff I want to do a few educational games. I have an idea for a couple of math games that I think are a little bit unique. A couple of language learning games, one of which I'm still working on right now, and it's a pretty simple game, but really, first and foremost, it's for myself, but it'll be out there for other people too. I kind of want to remake Linxion, my old 2D platformer. That might be for Ouya. I also want to make a PlayStation 1 style 3D platformer at some point, but that's not a priority right now. I don't really have concrete ideas of what to do with that. And then my cousin and I were wanting to make a 3D adventure game, kind of like Dreamfall, kind of like a modern point-and-click adventure. So we've been working with Unity a little bit on that, but also still no concrete stuff about that right now. And in addition, I'm no good at 3D modeling. That's something one of us is going to have to learn in order to just really build all of the assets. Otherwise, it's going to be a really ugly sphere meets cube adventure. Other news, so OpenShot is the video editor I usually use. Probably not this time around because my laptop's not opening it up, so I'll probably use KDE in Live. But I usually use OpenShot, and it's a pretty decent tool. It has all of the features I want. It can be unstable. Its user interface is a little bit not quite streamlined enough, but there's a Kickstarter for it, and it will be for Linux, Windows, and Mac. Currently it's only Linux. And that got funded, so I'm looking forward to seeing the new OpenShot and having some really good video editing software that's free, open source, and so on. My boyfriend got an email saying that his Oculus Rift is being shipped. I backed Oculus Rift, but I only backed for like a t-shirt, because I had already like backed a billion things by then. Kind of a Kickstarter fatigue. So yeah, he's getting the Oculus Rift, I'm getting the Ouya. Cool. And so that will be interesting. I am looking forward to seeing what we can play or what we can even make with the Oculus Rift. I just keep playing games. I'm like, man, I really want to like go around in Skyrim in first person, like for reals. But all right, so let's clear out some of my email inbox. Okay, shit. Art Gutten sent me a message on YouTube saying, "Hi, I know nothing about programming, but I awoke an interest about game design and programming. With this tool Allegro gives to make a complex RPG game? Yes, you can write an Allegro with you can write an RPG with Allegro. Specifically more of a 2D style game rather than 3D, unless you're using OpenGL as well. But yeah, Allegro doesn't really constrain you on what you can write because really it's just a library for handling graphics, sound, input, timing, maybe networking, stuff like that. So you end up having to write the RPG on your own anyway. It's not like it's not RPG Maker, it's not Platformer Maker, but oh, can I make an RPG with this? It's just a way to display graphics and play noise. Okay, here's an email from Jacob saying, "Hey Rachel, my name is Jacob, and I'm emailing you today asking for help. I've always said that I want to be a game maker or something to do with programming, etc. I'm really interested more into wanting to make iPhone apps and things like that. I'm 15 and I currently play the computer a lot. I'm willing to devote time and effort into learning how and where to start beginning programming to make games. If you could email me back, that would be amazing. I am willing to sacrifice my time, and if you could just be the person to get me started, that would be the best." Well, I'm not emailing you. Well, I probably will send you an email. This is actually from April. I'm really sorry. I'm bad at email. If you want to make iPhone games, I'm not really an expert on this topic. From what I understand, you need a Mac computer and you need an iPhone to test on, or you have an emulator, and you need to use Objective-C. But I don't have a Mac because I can't justify the price, and I've never written an iPhone game, so that's just what I think you can do. I use, for Android development, Java with libgdx, and that will let you create desktop games and Android games, and now also iPhone games, just by writing the project one time, and then it will export to different types. That's what I use for the Android. Now, that being said, if you're wanting to learn a language like Java or C++ or C#, I always suggest that you learn the language before you learn the game programming, because without a good knowledge of what the language can do or what things mean in the language, you're going to end up just writing really bad code and really just being confused. So it's good to pick up a book. I would suggest grabbing a textbook on a language that you would want to learn and going from there. If, however, you want to just pick up a programming language for the sake of it, to kind of get acquainted with programming and seeing if you like it or not, there is a free book series online with Python. One of them's just Python, the other one's Python with Pygame. So the first one's like text adventures and text games and stuff like that. But check out inventwithpython.com, and you can also check out inventwithpython.com/Pygame, and those might be a good introduction to kind of making games with programming.
So that's enough emails for now. If you want to send me an email, feel free to do so. But you know, if you're wondering about how to get started with game programming, I got a video series for that already. Yeah. What kind of emails I would like to get? Well, that's a nice question. Tutorial requests. I like to know what kind of topics people are interested in. I'm okay with giving random advice, but, you know, like, I'm not a college advisor. I can't tell you where to go get your degree or stuff like that. I can tell you where I went, what I think of it, and I can tell you where I'm gonna go, and stuff like that. Books. I'm going books, I guess. I got some books over there. Read effective C++. I don't know. I like getting emails with people's games, but usually I'm kind of slow to play them. Especially if they're for Windows. If you want me to play your game ASAP, make sure you can run it on Linux, because that's my primary machine. But otherwise, I really like seeing people's work, so that would be a really cool thing. So let me know about that. Okay? Okay.